Welcome back to the Patient Magnet podcast. I'm your host, Jared Rohr. I own a company called Aesthetic Conversion, where we are your key to a fully booked med spa. We specialize in web and SEO and any way that we can attract patients to your business and convert them into a lead. And hopefully that lead will then turn into a paying patient for years and years to come. Today, we are going to continue working our way down the funnel, and we're going to be talking about paid ads, about Google versus Meta with paid ads. Now, with the top line of your funnel, so with your fascination stage, as a recap, if you haven't watched episode 1, I would highly encourage you go back and watch episode 1. We talk about fascination, acquisition, conversion, and engagement as the 4 layers of your funnel. This fascination stage can be split up into 2 sections. It can be split up into organic and paid. So you can get attention to your business via organic traffic like SEO, like local referral partners, like client referrals, like social media, maybe YouTube, which could probably be considered a social media. And then you can also go through paid venues like Google ads, like Meta ads, like paid billboards, like influencers, like YouTube ads, local TV spots, any way that you pay for access to eyeballs. If you pay for access to somebody's eyeballs, you are living here on the paid side. If you build momentum and build attention and build relationships in order to get access to eyeballs, then you're over here on the organic side, whether that's your own audience or maybe you are borrowing a referral partner's audience as well. Okay, so today we're just going to talk about 2 of those items on the paid side. We're going to talk about Meta ads, and we're going to talk about Google ads. They're not the same thing, but I will say they are both the most common ways that somebody is going to drive business through an advertising channel to their business. Now, what I will say for all clinics is you should have a healthy amount of both paid and organic media for your business. If you are all paid and no organic, then what you're going to find is the second you stop paying, you have no business. And same thing with organic. You're going to find that if you ever need a quick bump, you don't have a way to boost that as heavily as you could with a good paid strategy. In fact, there's a lot of clinicians, and I see people like TikTok right now. This is trending. TikTok is going to be banned in January. At least it's looking like it. Maybe something will turn it around, but it's looking like TikTok is going to be banned in January. There are a lot of people freaking out, and the majority of people that are freaking out are people who built their whole business on that platform. And I think that nobody should ever have to go out of business. But I do think that when you make one platform your entire way of doing business, you have to understand those risks. You have to understand, actually, I made somebody else's platform my ability to reach my audience. When you're on Instagram, when you're on TikTok, when you're on Facebook, when you're anywhere, you don't own those audiences. So having a really wide spread of ways to get attention in your business is super healthy. So especially if you're a clinician who you have hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or wherever, and you aren't regularly pushing them off of those pages and into your sales funnel, getting their email addresses, getting their phone numbers so that you have a nice fat list of 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people that are interested in working with you, then I think you're in danger. And you need to start making an effort to collect email addresses, collect phone numbers, collect names of all the people that follow you. Because if you don't, then this could happen, especially in our field. In the field of medical aesthetics, it would be very easy very feasible, in fact, for Congress to pass a bill in a couple of years that says healthcare providers cannot be advertising on social media. Is that the direction things are going right now? No, but in the UK and other countries, I could see that. Like, you can't even mention Botox in the UK or any kind of branded. In fact, no, it's just toxins. And I think it's like mostly limited to Botox as well. Like mentioning Dysport is not as heavily regulated, but it's because it's a prescription only medication. They have strict rules around it. And that could happen here. People's websites get shut down in other countries because of that. So just consider that. It's healthy to have a good spread of both. So I don't want to give you too much doom and gloom, but I wanted to give you some context here into how you should be building out your marketing plan and how you're adding attention to your business. Let's talk about why you would do Meta versus Google. Okay. I always say Meta ads, you are capturing attention. Google ads, you are capturing intention. Let's talk first about Google ads. What does a Google ad look like? You have this Google search where somebody searches something up, and then all of a sudden you have these results. You have a little title and then a big paragraph. You know, maybe there's like some sort of a little image or something like that next to it. And then you have another little title, an image, big paragraph, and then so on and so forth. It goes all the way down the page. But what you'll see next to the top ones is you will see ad, okay? Oh, or sponsored or something like that. Now, when you see that, there is an inclination for people to scroll past that because like, oh, I'm not going to get tricked into clicking on the ad and blah, 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 blah. But there also is a fat chunk of people, especially if you see a big old juicy offer up there, in this meta title. If they see a big old juicy offer in that meta title, they're going to click it because if this is the same business, so let's say this is jaredsmedspa.com and there's an ad here that says 10% off your first appointment with jaredsmedspa.com. And underneath it just says jaredsmedspa.com, the home for all fillers for Dysport and Restylane Kiss or whatever. You might see that and say, oh, that's really nice. But you might see this and say, how do I get that offer? Oh my goodness. So you want to click on that right at that point. So this is we're gonna give you a little bit of a rundown on how you would audit and leverage your Google Ads. So number one is you are going to select your demographic. Okay, so on Google Ads, you're first and foremost, there we go. If you're not, by the way, if you are just watching, I am drawing on a screen. Or sorry, if you're just listening, I'm drawing on my screen. So I'm showing you what this practically looks like as well. And I know that on Spotify and on all these other channels, you have the option to watch video. So just think back if you want to see what I'm drawing. It's so beautiful. I'm sure everybody watching can attest to how beautiful the drawing is. Number one on Google is you're going to want to select your demographic. So let's first decide, and you'll do that for your brand. If you watched our first branding episode, we're talking about demographic and how do we select who we want to do business with so that we can build that brand. Now it's going to be the same exact thing. You've built your brand, you have your demographic selected, and you can say, I want to treat the wives of big business owners in my area. Okay, so you say, I'm going to try to treat all of them. So you're going to select ways to get your ads in front of those eyeballs. Okay, so you're going to select the gender demographics. You're going to select the income demographics, the area, the geolocation of your individual that you want this to show up to. So first and foremost, you tell Google, I want to show up to people that look and sound like this. Google says, no problem. We can put you up to those people. So then what you're going to do is you're going to build out a series of ads, a bunch of different ads, okay? You're probably going to build out 5, 6, 7, or 8 that Google is going to start putting in front of people and testing and propagating to see, what things take, because you're paying Google for performance. You're not just paying them to show your ads, you're paying for people to click and work with them. So I'm going to give you kind of the anatomy of kind of a winning ad. The winning ad has a good hook, has a good catch, okay? And so let's say it is 10% off let's say it's 25% off your first appointment. So let's just say it's 25% off your first appointment at jaredsmedspa.com, jms.com. Okay. So let's say that's your initial hook. And then underneath, you're going to say something like, join the thousands of happy patients, or blah, 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 of blah, 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 blah. They're going, oh my gosh, are you serious? Join the thousands of happy patients. I've got to click. Okay. Then they click. And where do they go? They go to a landing page. They're going to a landing page that you have made or that the company that you work with has made. Here are the quick keys to that landing page working. Okay. It's going to have an option for them that offer is going to be right there. That 25% off is going to be right there with a big form for them to fill out right away. Okay. It does not need to be at the bottom of the page with like a big book now button or something like that. No, there's a big form for them to fill out right there. Claim it right now. And next to it, you're going to have a giant before and after that shows the results that you can create. Okay. Before and after with the results you can create, and then the offer right next to it that says fill this out to get this right now. Poof. That's the simplest landing page, is if you have that, and then underneath have ancillary things. Have, here's some more information about the clinic. Here's my credentials. Here's reviews. If they need all that stuff, they're going to scroll down and see more of it. I'm realizing that you probably can't. There you go. See my beautiful drawings. There we go. They're going to scroll down and see more if they want. So for now, though, you are just going to give them the before and after, the 25% off or whatever the offer is, and a form to fill out, and then give them more things to sell them on the opportunity. Are there things you could do to upsell? For sure. You can have some sort of an upsell pipeline where they fill out the form and then they get a big pop-up that says, wait, do you also want a free gift with your first appointment if you book right now? Whatever. Yes, you can do that if you want. You can have a whole entire, upsell pipeline. I think those start to feel really spammy, but you can if you want to. But we're not going to go into upsell pipelines right now. In fact, I'd love to have a guest on that is an expert in that I can pick their brain, because I think that's brilliant. So 25% off. Join the thousands of blah, 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 blah. That's a little Google ad looking thing. That was the thing with the image that we talked about after the search, and this says ad next to it. Okay, so that's Google search. Google search, you're capturing intention. What's happening? You are telling Google, hey, anybody that searches Jared Med Spa. Now, what I will say is, I don't think, unless you have a local competitor that is buying space for your business name, I don't think you should ever buy your business name. And I apologize to any Google Ads companies that are here right now. Unless they have a strategy around it, you want to make sure that their strategy, unless they have a strategy around it, you don't want them cannibalizing the organic clicks to your website by buying ad space that just says the same exact thing as your normal website would. Because when they search your website, you should be showing up anyway. And so if it's Jared Med Spa, there's not a whole lot of Jared Med Spas in my area. In fact, I'm the only one that exists for 300 miles. If an ads company says, oh, look at all the traffic you got, look at all the clicks you got, and all went to your homepage, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, but I think I would have ranked for those. People would have found me anyway, okay? So if they have a really solid offer strategy along with that, buying the branded names, then that's great. But if they don't, then buy, okay? So what I would do is I would figure out exactly what phrases you want to, or what services you want to sell with Google Ads. Generally, with Google Ads, you want to sell higher ticket. With Meta Ads, you want to sell lower ticket. So Google Ads, and I'll put that here on the screen. Google Ads, you want to sell higher ticket. Why is that? Because they're already searching for it. Meta Ads, you want to sell lower ticket offers. So they're already searching. So Google, somebody is searching for microneedling, radio frequency microneedling near me. Okay, they're searching Morpheus 8 near me. Your ad, if you told Google, hey, I want to show up for those Morpheus 8 things, your ad will show up, and then it'll say get 25% off or get 50% off your Morpheus 8 when you buy a package with us, or blah 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 blah. Okay, and the person says, oh my gosh, I got to get that. Now that package of 50% off is probably based on them buying a series of 3 or 4 or something like that, because maybe it's buy 3 get 1 free or something like that. That series is going to cost them what? Cost them $3,600 or something like that. That person's typically ready to spend that kind of money. With Meta Ads, you are just showing up in their newsfeed. Okay, so it's much harder to make a big sale on somebody that just met you, that wasn't really looking for you in the first place. Google, they are already looking for that higher ticket thing. So if you have a higher ticket offered, plastic surgeons, this can work way better for you. Using Google Ads instead of Meta Ads can work way better for you as a plastic surgeon, because you're selling higher ticket services and higher ticket procedures. So just note that. So let's talk about success with Meta Ads now. So with Google Ads, you're going to buy ad space for a phrase or a service that you want, and then you're going to fine tune it. That's why I would say you would make 5, 6, 7, or 8 of the same exact thing, and you're going to test out which titles work versus which descriptions, which pictures work versus. You're going to go through a whole bunch of different. This is why people hire ad agencies, because you go through a lot of work to fine tune which offer is working perfectly for your business. But once you get it fine-tuned, you're printing money. For Google Ads, I would say that if you can get leads down to $70, $80, you're doing pretty good. Even up to 100 possibly with Google Ads, you can be doing okay. I think anything north of that, and you're spending too much at that point. I think. Meta Ads, let's talk about that for a quick sec. So Meta Ads, you are in your cell phone feed, you are seeing, somebody, let's just pretend it's on Facebook for now. You're seeing somebody's name, and then they have a big post. Then you're seeing somebody's image post underneath. And then you've got a big old ad, and it just kind of looks like a post. You see a big paragraph for the ad. You probably see something that says sponsored or something like that. And then a big image where you can have a video and then a call to action underneath. Now, I would highly recommend, when it comes to your Meta Ads, I would highly recommend a lead magnet if it's something that's expensive. If you want to talk about Morpheus 8 or something like that, you want to sell higher end, then you need to warm them up. You need to warm them up because they didn't even know it was an option until just now. So selling them right away on the procedure is like, I wasn't ready to spend $4,000 a second ago. If you can, that's great. If not, I've seen people do really well with quiz funnels where they say, do you qualify to get the highest requested procedure in Hollywood or something like that? Some sort of I don't know, do I? And then they have a quiz on Typeform that you click, and they fill out like a 10-question quiz. And by the end of it, you'll get an offer in your email that says, oh my gosh, yes, you can use whatever it is. So a quiz funnel where people find out, like I've seen people do this really well with HRT, where they say, test to see how your testosterone levels are doing. To know how your testosterone levels are doing. What are you doing? You're farming leads here. You're just collecting leads so that you can reach out to them, so you can call them, so you can email them, so you can text them. You're just building a list so that you can call, email, and text on a regular basis. When you do a meta ad like this, it's great to just collect the lead right then and there. Collect the lead right then and there on Google or on Facebook, where you are When they click learn more, the lead form pops up, boom, they're in your pipeline. You can send them to a page if you want to then send them to an informative page where you're talking about the service or talking about what testosterone can do for you and how it's helped thousands and thousands of other guys to get this, and this, or gals to get this, and this results. That's all awesome. Then you could sell like a big treatment series for them. But you want to make either lower ticket offers or lower commitment offers on Facebook. You want something that's a quick churn for them where they say, oh my gosh, yes, I would love your free ebook. I would love let me sign up for that really quick. I need more info on this because I'm struggling with hair loss, and I want my hair loss to be reversed. So I'll click on and get some more information from you. So generally Facebook ads is where you're going to start that relationship. Then you're going to send them 3, 4, 5 emails that give them tons more information. That's like, oh, did you know this? Did you know this? Not pestering emails. They're like, can I get a meeting with you? Can I get a meeting with you? Stop asking for things from people and just give, and then finally ask. You've given tons of value. Then you say, hey, by the way, is this something that's important to you? It seems like you're engaging with these emails. Oh my gosh, yes. I'm struggling with hair loss. You guys seem to be like experts. I'd love to talk to you. Okay. So I would do 3, 4, 5 emails on the higher ticket funnels, or for a lower ticket funnel, if it's a free skincare gift with a consult or something like that, you can just call them right away. So play around with it. There's a great company called Forever Booked that runs meta ads that you could consult with about this. They have tons of offers that just work for clinics that you can chat with them about it. They're awesome. In fact, we'll probably have Grayton on here at some point. He's a good dude. Anyway, so that's meta ads versus Google ads. Meta ads, you are capturing attention. Google ads, you are capturing intention. Meta ads, you are doing a little bit more lower ticket offers. Google ads, you're doing a little more higher ticket offers, okay? Google ads, you are typically sending to a landing page specifically made for that offer, okay? Not just your homepage. You can do it to your homepage, but I think you'll get a better conversion rate if you send it to a landing page. Meta ads, you can send it to a landing page, but if you can get them right then and there in Facebook to submit their contact information, that'd be best. And then make sure you have a good follow-up sequence for both of them. So that's everything with Google and Facebook ads. As always, if you have any questions or have any ideas or thoughts, I'd love to hear them. Go ahead and submit comments down below if you're on Spotify or YouTube. And and let me know if you have questions. Let me know if there's like, oh my gosh, well, what should I be doing? Or how should I be doing? What in my business is at this stage, what should we be doing? If you go to aestheticconversion.com/data tracking, we'd love to give you a free month on data tracking to see where you should be investing your marketing effort. So go to aestheticconversion.com/data tracking, submit that form, and then our team will get you on for free and we'll track your marketing performance for the next month. And then we'll give you a consult at the end of it and say, okay, it looks like here's how you're doing and this is what you need to do next. So thank you so much for listening to The Patient Magnet. Really grateful for you. Share this, follow, make sure, following. Now, look, this is not our whole income here, okay? So if you don't want to follow, you don't have to, but it will help us a lot with metrics and understanding how we're serving people best. So if you follow, if you like, if you engage, it helps me to know what content you want. And also just feel free to submit that into the chat or send me a message or send us a DM. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.